after that hard-hitting round of news, I guess we'll go on to the NFL playoff schedule. Cincinnati is going to be taking on Houston. Do you have any predictions in that one?
Cincinnati, Houston, it's going to be... Ooh, you know what? I would think that's pretty evenly matched because Houston's not necessarily on fire.
Their defense is. Their Wade Phillips coaching defense.
Yeah, but Wade went and got his gallbladder pulled out through his anus, I think, last week.
Too many of those hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. But they lost this last week. So.
Houston's been on a downhill slide ever since they lost Matt Schaub.
So give me Cincy.
Cincy? I'll go with Cincy too. As much as it pains me to see Houston go down like that after dominating the season before their quarterback got injured.
You gotta be kidding me, right?
What do you mean?
I hate Houston.
I don't mind Houston. I feel like they're a good news story this year. So I
wish nothing but failure on the Texans.
Arian Foster's all right. Andre Johnson's all right.
I know some people might say, well, if the Cowboys aren't in it, well, then maybe I'll root for the Texans because we're from Texas. No. This is like a Maverick Spurs type thing, okay? I'm never going to forget that embarrassing loss to the Houston Texans, their first game ever. Get out of here.
That was embarrassing. Pittsburgh is taking on Denver. Pittsburgh without Rashad Mendenhall. He went out with a, I think, torn ACL last game.
I'm going to go on record and say that Pittsburgh could be without Rashad Mendenhall, without Palomalu, without Big Ben and his ankle, and it would still romp all over Denver. Denver, as I predicted several weeks ago, is in a freaking downward spiral because Tim Tebow is a failure. Tim Tebow is not, I won't say he's not talented, but he's not the savior of the city, Mile High City, as everybody tried to pretend.
So do you think...
Jesus is not a Denver Broncos fan, and the Pittsburgh Steelers will romp.
Do you think Tebow will start the year at quarterback for Denver next year?
Yeah, what else do they have?
They may go after somebody. I know Elway's not a huge Tebow fan, so they may look for someone else.
I think that they're going to stick with him at least halfway through next season.
Yeah.
And when they start off 1-5,
yeah.
I mean 1-7, that would be halfway through it, Eddie. When they start off, I'll give them 2-6. When they start off 2-6 next year, they'll dump him and they'll move on to somebody else.
Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Indy trades either their pick or Peyton. So we'll see. Also, next week in the first round of the playoffs, we had the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Giants. Should have been the Dallas Cowboys, but it's the Giants taking on the Falcons.
Can I branch this back to the Cowboys just for a little bit?
Sure.
You know, I love the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I was of course rooting for them yesterday. I stayed up and I drank myself into oblivion after that loss, listening to the post game.
They had a post game on the ticket?
Of course.
Yeah, good.
It hurt. I hate the New York Giants more than anything.
It would have been nice to see him pull off that comeback victory last night. Would have been nice.
And I can't believe it. Well, but that's the problem. I can believe that they lost yesterday because as much as I hate the Giants, within my love of the Cowboys, I hate these Dallas Cowboys, man. They are just the biggest loser mentality team out there. And it's been this way. They have played like crap for Parcells. They've played like crap for Wade Phillips. And they're playing like crap for Jason Garrett. It doesn't matter who's coaching them, who's talking to them, who's motivating them. When you've got Brady James on your team.
Yeah, he missed a key tackle last night.
When you've got Keith Brooking on your team, when you've got Mike Jenkins, Terrence Newman, you're just going to fail.
Is it a talent? Is it a motivation? Like, what's the issue?
It's mental.
Yeah, mental.
Jason Witten is a great guy. Jason Witten makes a lot of nice plays. Jason Witten is a nice tight end. But when I heard him talk after losing to the Eagles last week...
What did he say?
This is what we live for. You know, it's do or die, this and that. Like, you can just tell by the way they talk. Brady James going into this week says, well, it feels better than last year where we didn't even have a chance to get in the playoffs. At least At least we're playing for something this year.
At least we're playing for something. Huh?
They're satisfied just being in a high-pressure situation.
Yeah.
There's no, like, if we don't win this, I'm going to kill myself. And that's how it should feel.
Yeah.
But to them, it's just like, hey, we're going to be on Sunday Night Football. This is great.
That's all that matters, right?
This is great. We're going to be, my picture's going to show, and while I'm doing the football thing, or I'm going to be smiling before and after every commercial break, like...
They showed Jerry about 20 times up in the booth in his Mad Men suit.
Man, and Jerry Jones, of course, after the game says, oh, you got to take the good with the bad. No, you don't.
Where's the good?
All you have to take is the bad.
Where's the good to take?
You take the bad, and you, like a dog, you rub your team's face in that shit until they realize that they don't want their face rubbed in shit anymore.
Yeah.
But they're never going to stop shitting in the house until you rub their face in the shit. Anyway, give me the Giants over the Falcons.
Okay. You think the Giants are in a groove? A lot of people were saying that their offensive line was in top.
Oh, and I hate Eli Manning more than anybody in this world, but the guy won the Super Bowl almost single-handedly.
Yeah.
The guy is the real deal. He's also got half a Down syndrome thing going on.
He does.
He does have dumb face, but by God, the mother effer just wins. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Romo, wish you could say the same thing about Romo.
Of course, you wish you could say it about Romo, but Romo, I'm not going to complain. I always had a problem with Romo until he got his rib cracked and he came back in the game and still won. There is a warrior in Romo.
That was a pressureless moment, though. I think when the pressure is mounted on this team, they fold.
Yeah, you're right.
Romo had that key turnover, that key interception. They were building some momentum. They had something going. The defense had a 3 and out, and then Romo comes out there and throws an interception, and this couldn't do it. And then the corners were the secondary for Dallas was embarrassed last night too. Victor Cruz went crazy on them, so. Some definite changes need to happen. Get rid of, like you said, the Brady James, probably Terrence Newman.
The good news, is their contract, like Brady James' contract is up. He's probably gone. This Abe Elam and who's the other guy that Rob Ryan brought in? They're gone. They signed 1-year deals.
But guys like DeMarcus Ware were having fuck-ups last night, too.
I only pray that Keith Brooking goes. Let's get rid of all these guys. Bring in some... Every other team somehow goes to their third string backup, and these guys perform. So let's hope we can get any other kind of talent in here. Maybe some guys with mental toughness.
I don't think. I think the Cowboys mentality breeds the.
No, you're right.
The weakness, unfortunately.
You're right. We're the Cowboys, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this.
Maybe Jerry's the problem, Jerry. Maybe it's not the players, maybe it's Jerry. Not Rob Ryan, not Jason Garrett.
Listen, my dad has always said it, and all I want to do is disagree with my dad, and I want the Cowboys to prove my dad wrong, but my dad has always said that the Cowboys will never win another Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones
is alive.
Yeah, because he's not going to release his stranglehold on his team until he's dead.
Nope. And in the final matchup of the playoff weekend next weekend is Detroit taking on New Orleans.
New Orleans, of course. New
Orleans. You don't think Detroit's high-powered offense is going to be able to get over the Breeze hump?
They'll be fine. You just can't. You just can't outscore them.
So you think it's going to be? I
bet it'll be high scoring.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 27-42.
So it's probably going to be Houston versus Pittsburgh next week then. Or actually Houston versus Baltimore. And
no, we both picked Cincy.
Okay. Yes. So Cincy versus New England and Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. So that should be good. And then the next round is probably going to be the Giants versus the Packers and the 49ers versus San Francisco.
Oh, our Fires.
49ers versus New Orleans.
Our Fires.
The Fire's out. Fire's done.
That's what happens when you start your fire up an hour and a half before the show.
Fires are too good a thing to waste, so I don't blame you for starting that fire early.
Yeah, well, we didn't start the fire, okay?
So any predictions as far as the Super Bowl as we're getting through this playoff prediction show?
Patriots Saints.
I like Patriots Packers.
Yeah, you're right, because if New Orleans, let's see, if New Orleans played Green Bay, they'd have to go to Green Bay, right?
Yeah, being Green Bay, yeah.
So yeah, give me Patriots and Packers. I'm with you.
Okay. And a Super Bowl champion prediction?
Oof. I know. I won't even be so bold. Let me watch these next couple of games to find out.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pick right here, right now, live on Mind Control at Mind Control, Justin.tv's like Mind Control show. I'm gonna predict that the Green Bay Packers repeat as NFL champions.
That's unfortunate because I like the Patriots. I'd like to see the Patriots do something.
I still think the Patriots have.
I do like this though.
The well-rounded. Well, you know the Packers defense also is kind of questionable. So both those defenses are kind of shaky.
Yeah, but I think probably the worst defense going into these playoffs has got to be the Patriots defense.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Patriots defense is kind of shored up in the past few weeks, but I understand where you're coming from.
They started yesterday's game right, 21-0. They got shut out 21-0, but then Tom Brady comes back and scores 49 straight. But you gotta say the defense did.
Yeah. Same thing happened with Detroit. Detroit was down early, and then Green Bay was down early.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then Ndamukong Suh did the championship belt display as a taunt, according to a Yahoo Sports blog, and that incited the Jay Feely of the Packers, and he came back and laid down 400 yards and 6 touchdowns.
With no Aaron Rodgers, huh?
That's right. Yeah,
wow.
Aaron was on the bench. He was taking it easy yesterday.